Hello, friends. If your Social Security deposit goes to Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo, something changed. Your bank has not called to explain it, but it can affect how your account works. Depending on which of the four things applies to you, the cost of not knowing can be small or devastating. It can mean losing a few days of access to your money or losing every dollar in one afternoon. Let me tell you what happened to Kelly Hinton, a documented case reported in Consumer Fraud Research. She received a text asking whether she had tried to wire $7,500 from Chase. She had not, so she replied no. That felt like exactly the right thing to do. Within minutes, a man called and said he was a Chase fraud investigator. He claimed her account had been targeted and that her money needed to be moved to a secure account. She transferred over $15,000, believing she was protecting her money. The text, the phone call, the investigator, and the secure account were all fake. By the time she realized what had happened, the money was already gone and there was nothing to recover. Here's what makes this case worth your attention right now. Kelly Hinton did everything that seemed right. She responded to the alert and cooperated with her bank. She followed instructions and she still lost $15,000. The one thing that would have stopped it is published by banks, but almost never explained directly. I am going to give it to you in this video and it takes about 10 seconds to use. Stay with me through all four items today. One of them involves a free feature at two of these three banks that may already be available in your account. It can put your Social Security deposit in your hands up to 2 days earlier every month. Most people banking at these institutions have never looked for it. That is the good news waiting at the end. The protection comes first. Quick context before we continue. This video is for U.S. adults who receive Social Security and bank at Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo. Everything here comes from official public sources, including Chase SSA and the Federal Trade Commission. I will name each source as we go. This is educational content only, not personalized financial banking or legal advice. Nothing here promises any specific outcome for your account. For anything about your situation, go directly to your bank or the Social Security Administration. Now let us get into the four things. Banks and the SSA do not call to walk you through changes like these. There are four things on our list today, and we start the countdown at number 4. Before we start, I want to ask you something directly. Has a text ever arrived on your phone that looked like it was from your bank? And were you not completely sure whether it was real? Tell me in the comments. What I am about to explain is exactly why that uncertainty exists, and it is not your fault that you felt it. Number 4, early direct deposit, a free feature at two of these three banks. Instead of your Social Security deposit arriving on the official payment date, the bank may release it early. That means access up to 2 business days early with no fee. At Wells Fargo, the feature is called Early Payday. If you have direct deposit set up at Wells Fargo, you likely already have it because it activates automatically. Set an alert in the Wells Fargo app so you know the moment the money lands. At Chase, early access of up to 2 business days is available with a Chase Secure banking account. Chase says it covers nearly 90% of that account type's eligible direct deposits. No enrollment is required once you have that account type. If you use standard Chase checking instead of secure banking, check directly with Chase. At Bank of America, early direct deposit is not generally offered on standard checking accounts today. It is still worth a direct call to ask. Coming up, number 3 is the thing your bank publishes but almost never explains out loud. It is the fastest way to know if any message claiming to be from your bank is real. Number 2, a change to how the SSA handles updates to direct deposit information. As of March 31st, 2025, you can no longer update direct deposit using only a phone call. According to SSA guidance, changing the bank where your deposit goes now has 2 options. One option is online through your personal My Social Security account with identity verification. The other option is in person at your local Social Security office. Phone-only updates are no longer available. Why does this matter? If you change banks, if an account closes, or if anything changes your banking setup, you need access ready. That means your online account should be set up before you need it. Without it, you are making an in-person office visit. Changes to direct deposit typically take 30 to 60 days to fully process. If your banking information on file becomes invalid and you cannot update it quickly, the payment gets rejected. Weeks without that deposit on a fixed income is a genuine crisis. The practical step is simple. Set up your My Social Security account now before you need it. It is free and takes about 15 minutes on the official Social Security website. Do not wait until you are in the middle of trying to make a change. If you needed to update your deposit information, today would your account already be ready? Most people watching this do not have it ready. That 15-minute gap is the difference between a quick online update and a trip to an office. Number 1. 3 tactics scammers use against Social Security recipients at major banks, and the rule that stops each one. First is the safe account scam. You already know what happened to Kelly Hinton. The text looked real, the call sounded official, and the instructions felt like protection. But no legitimate bank will ever ask you to move money to a safe account to protect it from fraud. Wells Fargo states this directly in its published guidance. A legitimate fraud alert will never instruct you to transfer money anywhere, including to yourself. If anyone calling about fraud protection asks you to move money, hang up. Then call the number printed on the back of your card. Second QR code scams. Scammers place fake QR code stickers over legitimate ones at parking meters, restaurants, and small businesses. Before you scan, look closely and ask whether the sticker appears to cover something else. When in doubt, pay a different way. Third, lookalike web addresses. If you need to log into your bank because of a text or email, do not click the link. Open your browser and type the address yourself or use the official bank app. Pause here and write this down. No bank will ever ask you to move your money to keep it safe. That request in any form is always a scam. Number 3, the answer to the question we opened with. How do you know in 10 seconds without clicking anything whether a bank text is real? Here is the rule. Legitimate bank text alerts come from a 5 or 6 digit number called a short code. They do not come from a regular 10-digit phone number. Banks assign specific short codes and use them every time without exception. For Chase, published security guidance says fraud and security alerts come from 3 codes. Those codes are 2810736640 or 72166. A text claiming to be from Chase that arrives from any other number is not from Chase. That is especially true if it comes from a regular 10-digit phone number. Bank of America and Wells Fargo use the same short code system with their own published codes. The test is simple. When a bank text arrives, look at the number it came from. 5 or 6 digits matching your bank's published codes means it may be a real message. A 10-digit phone number, however official the text looks, is not from your bank. 10 seconds. No clicking. No calling. If you bank with Chase, write down these codes now. 2810 7366 40 and 7 2166. Search your bank's name plus short codes to find your own bank's list. It takes 2 minutes and it can change the outcome. This is the piece of information that would have changed everything for Kelly Hinton. The text she received came from a spoofed number, not a real Chase short code. 10 seconds and the outcome is different. Let us close every loop. The 10-second test is to look at the number the text came from. 5 or 6 digits matching your bank's published codes means real message. 10 digits means it is not from your bank, regardless of what the message says. The SSA rule is simple. Your My Social Security account makes direct deposit updates possible without an office visit. Set it up now before anything changes. For early deposits, log into your bank app and search for early payday or early direct deposit. At Wells Fargo, it is already on. At Chase, it requires secure banking. At Bank of America, call and ask directly. And the rule that covers every scam scenario is this. No bank will ever ask you to move your money to keep it safe from fraud. 4-1. Number 4, Wells Fargo early payday is automatic. Chase requires secure banking and Bank of America usually does not offer it. Number 3, every real bank text comes from a short code 5 or 6 digits. Anything else is not from your bank. Number 2, updating your Social Security direct deposit now requires My Social Security or an office visit. Phone only is no longer available. Number 1, no bank will ever ask you to move your money to protect it from fraud. That request means hang up at once and dial the number printed on the back of your card. 3 steps before you go. 3. Search your bank's name plus short codes, find the numbers, and save them somewhere easy to reach. 2. Go to the SSA official website and set up your My Social Security account if you have not already. It takes about 15 minutes and it is free. 1. Open your bank app and search for Early Payday or Early Direct Deposit. These 3 steps take under 20 minutes. For anything specific to your account or benefits, go directly to your bank or the Social Security Administration. If someone you know receives Social Security and banks at one of these 3 institutions, send them this video. Did you already know about the early deposit feature at your bank, or was this new to you? Let me know in the comments. If you want to know what happens to your Social Security deposit when your bank account has an issue, that is next. We will cover holds rejected payments and timing delays. Subscribe so you do not miss it.